Hi, welcome back to Road Well Traveled. If you haven't seen our part one, this is part two of our travel tips for Asia. If you haven't seen part one, we'll link it at the end of the video. If you have seen part one and are joining us for part two, thanks for joining us again. And if you have any tips for us that we maybe have missed, go ahead and let us know in the comments. And without further ado, let's get started.
Okay, so the fourth major thing that we do for planning our trip is things to pack. Okay, so try and stay in the same area of the same season if possible, because you don't have to deal with the logistics. What I'm going to do with this, where do I leave that? So when I went skiing and she went with me, we had winter stuff and summer stuff. So it makes it kind of hard, you know, because you're like, how much of this do I need? How much of that do I need? But we made it work out. But I know people are spending a lot of money to go someplace far, so they try to see as much as they can, different. So it's not every day we go to Asia. So
yeah, and we had a long trip too. So the amount of time that we were spending traveling, we were able to see different areas with different climates. But taking stuff with you, if you know you're going back to that country, so again, like we talked about, where you could leave it, but it does create an issue where you're trying to kind of shuffle things around and pack and repack and figure out what you're going to need going to the next one. So yeah, definitely same season works better.
Now, if you're going from a cold to hot climate, bring less summer clothing for the hot, because you could buy that stuff. You could buy that really cheap in Southeast Asia. Yeah. And the material that they make it is much lighter and thinner than what we are used to in the States. Like over there, they're wearing jeans. But the jean is maybe half of the thickness of what we are used to. Even our summer jean is half the thickness.
It's just not as thick.
It's not as thick, and it's it's good. I bought like a lot of clothes, like $37 worth of clothes. I bought a lot of clothes, right? It was pretty good, you know?
Yeah.
So buy what you need out there. So
just keep in mind the sizing difference, especially if you're buying from the street vendors. Their sizing is small, and there's no way to try on the clothes.
Yeah, everything step up. Street. So if you're large, extra large, if you're medium, you get the drift for that.
I would go up 2 sizes.
Yeah, maybe 2 sizes. When it comes bring when it's like toothpaste and stuff like that, don't bring a big one. Just bring a medium-sized one. In Japan, you're gonna get free toothpaste, free toothbrushes. We got a little collection growing. Made out of bamboo. It's like amazing. Slippers. They got a head bonnet. They got everything.
Robes.
Pajamas.
Well, you can't take the robes with you, but they in every hotel that we went to, it didn't matter the pricing, if it was high end or, you know, we didn't really stay low end, but didn't really matter. We were given new slippers and robes everywhere we went.
Everywhere.
The one at Narita, we were not only given robes but pajamas.
Yeah.
So.
And the one in Tokyo Station.
Oh, Tokyo Station, yeah.
And bring every day fresh pajamas every day. Fold it on your bed. Like, whoa.
Yeah. So.
Another thing to pack is have at least one set of clothing for one day on your carry-on.
Yes.
Just in case your luggage get lost.
Yeah.
You know, we were lucky.
Yeah. You never know what's going to happen. And, you know, heaven forbid something happens to the luggage down below. If you at least have something you're ready with on your carry-on, then you don't have to worry about it. And again, if you're traveling to Southeast Asia, where the clothes are cheap, you can replace that and just carry your really important stuff on you. So.
And when you're planning your flights, like if you have a connecting flight in Southeast Asia, you don't want your connection to be less than 1 hour. If you get 1.5 hours to 2 hours, be best, because it gives them chance for them to move your suitcase from the one plane to another, because they're not gonna wait. It's all about the flights.
Yeah.
So we would highly recommend don't have any connections less than 1 hour. And some of those airports are big, like in Bangkok, airport is huge. Singapore, the airport is huge. So you need at least an hour.
Yeah.
Minimum for that.
And also when you're traveling, depending on what you want to do when you're traveling, if you just want to travel light and have a carry-on, wash your clothes as you go, then I have more power to you. If you're wanting to travel and bring stuff with you, bring some changes of clothes, your shoes, For me, it's going to be like hair product stuff. But also if you plan on picking up souvenirs, maybe do like one large suitcase and a medium, or one medium and a carry-on. Always make sure you have a carry-on though.
Yeah, it's like when we flew from Japan, well, from the States to Japan, I had a medium size and a large and a carry-on. And she had 2 large and a carry-on, correct?
Yeah.
But
I had 1 large and a medium.
Yeah, 1 medium. But when we got to Japan to go to Southeast Asia, I left my large bag and she left her medium bag. So she had a large and a carry-on. I had a medium and a carry-on. But now we have more knowledge of what we would get. So I know this coming trip is going to be fall and summer. It's not going to be that bad. I'm going to have a medium-sized suitcase and a carry-on suitcase. And also, when you buy if you decide to buy whatever suitcase, you want the strongest and lightest suitcase possible because it goes against your weight. Especially in Southeast Asia, it's 15.5 pounds for some of those carry-on, and they weigh it. They are really strict. They weigh it, they measure it. They are trying to get that money out of you.
Yep. And you will have to unpack right there at the airport. Unpack, repack, reshuffle, throw stuff away. Don't be caught doing that. So that goes back to that scale.
Yep. Make sure you get like a 1 to 2 pound leeway and get yourself a portable scale. Our scale was, I think, is up to 210 pounds. Yeah. You could do it in you could convert from pounds to kilograms to ounces. We would weigh it and we would just cross load our stuff. And also, of course, on your carry-on, you're gonna have 1 set of clothing. Another thing we did in our suitcase, we would cross some of our stuff. She would have half of her stuff in my suitcase, half of my stuff in her suitcase. Yeah. In case we lose 1 suitcase, I didn't lose everything, so we did that. Another thing we do is during the winter, have interchangeable layers, like 2 pairs of jeans, 3 to 5 pairs of sweaters, t-shirts, winter coat. That's not too bulky, and waterproof boots and gloves and mittens. So I think 5 is like the extreme. Maybe 3 or 4. It depends on which country you're at. But when we were in Japan, it was easier for us to find a laundry. You don't have to worry about taking your clothes. Once you put your clothes in the washing machine, it's gonna wash your clothes. It's gonna convert to a dry. It's all in one.
Our hotel did not have a washer and dryer.
No, she had to walk a mile.
He was sick, and I had to walk a mile to the laundromat.
Did we wash our clothes in Phuket?
Yes,
we got the service. We got a service.
We got a service, yeah.
That
was Bangkok.
No, that was Phuket. We went down the road. So when you get your clothes washed over there in Phuket, they're going to wear your clothes. Yeah. So what we did, whatever bathing suits we had, we made sure they dry, because when they wet, it's going to be counted against you. So make sure all your stuff are dry, and make sure that you have plenty of time before your flight to have that done.
Yeah, I totally forgot that we did that. Yeah, there was a service down the street from our hotel in Phuket that washed our clothes, which was nice. Yeah.
Now, during the summer, you want loose fitted clothing, shorts with plenty of pockets, like cargo pockets. You don't want a backpack. Trust me, you do not want a backpack. It's like having a hot pocket in your back.
So me, as a photographer, I carry my camera on my hip, and I carried a purse backpack, and I was okay, I think, until we got to Phuket. And I don't know why Vietnam didn't bother me that much, but that was hot. But Phuket, for some reason, I was done with it. So I wouldn't carry a backpack. If you're doing that, there's just extra heat on your body, and it is uncomfortable. So
you don't need all
that. Go light.
Yep. Another thing is I have 2 rechargeable chargers. Check the size of the amps, because some countries like Thailand, they are very strict on the size of the rechargeable batteries. They'll confiscate it because they don't want it on the plane. Yeah. So we had 2 of those, and also make sure you have a universal travel adapter, international plug adapter, and we had the plug could change to the country, and also we had USB ports, so we could charge our phones. Yeah. One thing is, make sure you have at least 2. Each of you has at least have a 10-foot cord. Have at least a 10-foot cord, because some of these hotels will have the wall socket only on one side of the bed.
Yeah, there's hotels that we stayed at where the bed was up against the wall for like a queen bed, and somebody's scooching out to get to the restroom, and also the sockets are on the other side of the bed, which
Yeah, it could be on both sides, but
yeah,
most of the time it was either one side. So having a long one, I had to buy one so I
yeah,
could just reach just to plug my stuff in.
yeah, have a long cord, 10 feet.
Okay, and another thing you're gonna need, you need to pack sunscreen, lotion.
It's
It's
expensive.
very expensive and it's very hot. I had some, even though you can see my color, I was still burning.
You still need it.
You
Yeah,
still need it on your face and your nose and your ears. It all burns up.
yeah.
You know, so you just gotta just pack properly, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, also make sure you don't have to bring it with you on your trip, like pack it, but almost every hotel, you have to reserve it early depending on how much it rains there too. But every hotel usually has umbrellas
Oh yeah, I forgot about
to
umbrellas.
protect you from the sun. So
I had my umbrella at all times.
you can buy. I think we bought one.
No,
once.
you bought one.
We bought.
You
We
bought
had to
one.
buy one once in Japan because we were in Kanazawa and it started pouring rain and it was cold. And yeah, we were coming from Madarao going to Kanazawa for the day, and yeah, it was pouring rain. We didn't have an umbrella, so
Now here's another thing you need
Here's
to pack,
your-
and we learned this. This is from our own experience. Make sure you have vitamin C packets, cough drop, essential oil, prescription drugs in the original bottles, and copies of your doctor's prescription. Charcoal peels, you know, you might get the Thai guts or the Bangkok guts, as they call it, or the Saigon guts, you know.
Yeah.
The prescription is very important that you have it because customs are very strict. Certain drugs that you think are legal in the States are not legal there. Now, on the flip side, which is weird, when you go to Southeast Asia, you don't need a prescription. You go to any pharmacy and get any type of drug. I want this drug, this drug. So we got sick. What?
Prescriptions.
We got sick.
we got sick.
We got sick, and the sick we got. Well, we got sick on
Somebody-
business class.
Yeah,
in
somebody
business
told
class.
us it was the 100-day cough.
Yeah.
We don't know what that is, but it definitely lasted our full trip. Yeah.
You
And
will, yes. So we got
Be
we
prepared.
caught the bug from someone in business class that was coughing. We didn't pay any mind. About a day and a half into visiting Tokyo, I wasn't feeling well. I was kept going, and I believe the third day we went out and I couldn't go anymore. I had to go back and lay my feet up. First of all, my feet was hurting,
It was bad.
and I was coughing.
Yeah.
And she was good until we got to skiing, and she got sick.
Yeah.
Then I got better. Then we both got kind of better. Then we
Yeah.
both were coughing. We were going crisscross. So we were going to the pharmacy all the time, and I didn't really get healthy. So I get healthy until I got to Phuket, because I was able to get antibiotics. So that's one of the few places, because like in Japan, you can't get, you have to have a prescription. But in Bangkok, I got that antibiotic, and it helped a lot. It broke up all the mucus on my chest. It helped her out. So
I didn't take antibiotics. I didn't.
No, you didn't take it, my
natural,
bad.
Yeah. But bottom line is when you're traveling and if you happen to get sick, which you can, you want something that's going to boost your immune system prior to you leaving. You want to make sure the medicines that you know are going to work are with you. Over the counter stuff, you really don't have to worry about too much, but just read the guidelines for that country because there are some things that they don't allow, like vapor rub and stuff in certain countries.
Japan, no Vicks, right?
No Vicks,
No
yeah.
Vicks in Japan.
But cough drops, like we kept looking for cough drops and we weren't sure of what exactly was going to taste good and not be horrible or what was going to work. And luckily they we were able to find some good stuff. But if you have something that you like, just in case that you want to carry with you essential oils instead of like vapor rubs, like peppermint or breathe oils to help you instead of like using vapor rub. But prescription drugs in some places, you definitely want to make sure you read the guidelines on that.
I think we're gonna.
I'm an asthmatic, so I was worried about bringing my inhalers, but that was not a problem. But just make sure.
Did you buy anything over there?
No, no, because we're gonna buy an inhaler in Thailand, which you can get a lot of different things
It was
there.
in Bangkok.
Yeah, and they said that they don't do that because by the time it gets to them, there's a very low demand for it, and it would be expired. So
one thing we will do this time, we talked about, is for the 2 weeks before going back to Japan, we're going to be taking vitamin C packets every day. We're going to boost our immune just to be ready, you know, and now we see why people wear masks all the time in those countries.
Yeah, and the air quality there too is a little thick. So, but definitely also make sure you bring some charcoal pills in case you're going to be trying out the different food and street foods, just in case you get a little sick from it. So that'll help you. Which brings us to the next point. Where are you going to eat?
Where are we going to eat?
So you want to, when you're traveling in the airports, we always find that lounges help us the best because you're comfortable, you're getting the free food, you're filling your belly before you get on that flight, you have free drinks. So definitely check out the airport lounges for the best food.
The food at the lounges are good. Now, you know, like United States.
Not all the time, though.
Yeah. But you know, like in the United States, people want to go to the lounge because they don't want to deal with the airport food. It's like, you know, cookie cutter. But at the airport, just the regular food there is amazing. Like in Singapore, the food, they have everything. You name the country.
You don't need a lounge.
You don't need the lounge. There's a restaurant for that country in there.
Yeah.
You know, McDonald's, or you go to Shake Shack. Like we went to Shake Shack in Singapore, the meat is totally different. Don't think of the States, for those of you that's watching us, that's from the States, don't think of like fast food the same way. It's totally different there. Mm-hmm. The ingredients are different. The regulations different. They are more natural as possible. Even the shakes are natural.
Yeah, less chemicals, better food.
Yep.
Yeah.
Another
Do
place,
better, America.
Another place you can go ahead and eat is going to be at the airport. At the hotels. At the hotels, try to get hotels with the breakfast included. It's going to save you a lot of time. Mm-hmm. You're not trying to go out there looking for a meal in the heat. The only place I would probably do that would be Japan. For some reason, it was kind of cool to go out to have breakfast.
Yeah, there's a lot of pastry places in Japan. So you can find good breakfast, easy. Plus, they have really great Japanese style breakfast available wherever you go. So
the Starbucks were amazing. They have breakfast.
And everything is super clean.
Super clean.
Yeah.
Super fresh. We had, we had breakfast in Singapore, which was included.
Yeah.
At first, when we did our booking, we didn't get breakfast. Then they told us, you want to try breakfast? So how many Vietnamese dong? We don't know what it means. It was like a lot of money. It sounded like a lot of money, but it's not. We said we're going to try it for one day, just one morning.
We weren't originally, and then we were like, yeah, let's try it.
It was worth it. It was like royalty.
Every day.
Every day. We like, well, how long we stayed there? 2 hours just sitting there.
Yeah,
eating and chilling and looking at the scenery. You out here above the 60th floor plus, looking out the entire city as you have a wonderful breakfast.
Yeah, the view was amazing, and the selection at that hotel was
amazing.
Astounding. It was just incredible. The amount of
Western, European, Southeast Asian, Chinese, Japanese. They had all type of healthy type of drinks.
They had a pho station. They had what is that called?
Banh
Banh
mi.
mi. They had a banh mi station.
They had a honey with the honeycombs still dripping.
Fresh breads, pastries,
eggs
fruit.
to order.
Yeah, it was amazing. So yeah, definitely get breakfast if it's included. So
another place we get in the hotel is at the hotel lounges. What we booked hotels that had lounge access included. So we are not IHG Diamond and Up where you could get the automatic lounge access. Mm-hmm. So we saw on YouTube where a lot of other content creators were suggesting get hotels with the lounge access, and they were right. It's worth it. Yeah. It saves you a lot of time to have to look for food. The only time we would get food out there is if we went to a mall to get an AC break, and also on the way from the train station, get a little snack put in the room. But most of our eating was done at the hotels.
Also, one thing that we learned was a hard lesson to learn is in Vietnam, we didn't do a whole lot of street food because honestly, for us, it was kind of questionable. But and we weren't familiar with where exactly to go eat that would be recommended. So a little bit more research is needed. But getting your room service at the hotel in Vietnam is so cheap. Like
We
we
messed
did that
up
the
on that.
very last night, and we got really great meals in our room.
Yeah, we were
Room
mad that we
service.
kicked ourselves.
It was like $20.
$20 for a big meal. We talking about big meal. It was like
Big, yeah, beautiful. It was so good. So utilize room service where it's cheap.
now another place you can get food, where to eat are shopping malls. Shopping malls serve. This is my three purposes: shopping, eating, AC break. So malls are very, very popular in Southeast Asia. It's not like in the States where malls are dying, being changed to an Amazon warehouse. The malls are the thing. It's all the rage. We went to Icon Siam. It's $1 billion mall right
That's
on the
amazing.
water. It's amazing. It's very futuristic. You go to these malls, they're like 20 years ahead of the United States when it comes to mall fashion.
Yeah.
And the food is not expensive. It's reasonable. You can eat street food. They have like street food fair looking like it's like a street food market, but it's inside the mall.
Yeah, Icon Siam is really cool because it's built to represent like the old style, and then it goes up and
it became modern, more modern.
The top levels are modern, so yeah.
We ate there. We had a mall in Saigon, in Ho Chi Minh City.
Yeah.
So they're both the same. They're either called Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City. So if you go and they say Saigon, they would not get mad at you. They understand. They say it as well.
It doesn't matter.
You know, so we went there, we ate, and it was good. The food was actually good. Even at the Vin Pearl, underneath the Vin Pearl is a mall.
It's
It's connected underneath. They even had a skating rink inside the mall in a tropical area. Skating rink.
Malls are insane in Asia. They're so cool. So yeah, definitely way above and beyond us here. So also convenience stores. You probably have seen this before, but convenience stores are like incredible. You can have healthy, delicious, fresh food in a convenience store. 7-Eleven, Family Marts, they're all over the place. We loved it. We were able to eat cheap sometimes and healthy.
Especially in Japan, like when you think of 7-Eleven, you think, oh, this hot dog being rolling there for 3 days, it's dirty, dingy. I might get holed up. I might get robbed. It's not like that over there.
Robbed in the parking lot? No.
Every day in Japan, and they have like 7-Eleven, Lawson's, and I believe, if we are correct, I think Japan do own some company in Japan owns the 7-Elevens. Every day around 7 o'clock, they change all the foods. All the food that were made for that day are changed. And at a certain time, the food for that day, they're changing. You could get 50% off, 25% off. So they get rid of it. Every day, they change it. It's like, you will not see anything. Oh, it's like you could literally live off 7-Eleven in Japan for your whole stay and never hit a restaurant.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to live cheap and travel, you could just eat at the convenience stores and be healthy. You're not eating junk there. I mean, it's available as well, but yeah, definitely the convenience stores are a great place to go for food.
The last place is street food, and that's going to be at your discretion. But they were very good in Thailand, and they were very good in Malaysia. Just use Google for reviews.
Yeah, we really enjoyed the street market in Malaysia, in Phuket. We really didn't do too much in Bangkok. Yeah, Vietnam, we didn't do a lot of street food. We were hoping to, but we decided to pass.
I think in Bangkok, the problem with us was it was just too hot just to be eating. Waiting for the food, and it was hot. And they're cooking it, it's hot. So it was easy. It was easier for us to go into a mall, have AC, sit down and get our food. Or if you got dessert, lick your ice cream and walking around looking at the mall, But
yeah, they had some great places in the mall in Malaysia and Bangkok as well, especially in Icon Siam. That was a great place to eat. But I think also, again, going back to the lounge is what helped us in Bangkok is we had free breakfast. We also had free dinner.
It was like lunch in between. They had like snacks in between, but we never went.
We weren't hurting for food.
We weren't hurting on food.
No, not at all.
Okay, so our last.
Wait. Okay, go.
Okay, our last thing is, how do we get our points to travel? All you hear is points this, point that, point this, whatever. The points are very, very important. The points are used to go from point A to point B. So we use all points to travel business class or economy class. So when we flew from the United States, LAX to Japan, we use our points and we use business class. And we were in Singapore. We used Singapore Airlines, and it was 75,000 points per person. And trust me, that was like a $4,000 flight per person.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah. Also, when you think about points, a lot of people hear points and they assume that you have to have a credit card. For IHG points for your hotel stays, you don't have to have a credit card with IHG. You can actually buy those separate whenever they have sales.
Not having an IHG credit card, you will not be able to get the 4th night free, and you won't be considered platinum. We are platinum members because we have the IHG cards. So you're gonna ask us, how do you get those points? Well, the way we get the points are credit card welcome offers for a certain spend amount. Like they might say, for example, you spent $4,000. Like when I got the IHG card, they say spend $4,000, and you're gonna get 300,000 points. The way that one worked was I was able to get 5 nights hotel up to 60,000 points per hotel. So if some hotels could be 20,000 points, some hotels could be 50, some could be 60. So you could go as high as 60. So the more points you use per night, the fancier they are, like intercontinental hotels. So, or for example, when I got my Amex Platinum card, I had it years before I met Carlene, but when I got her my card, just for her getting that card, I got 20,000 points for spending about 2,000. Yeah. What's another thing? Credit card referrals. So because I got her my card, it was a referral. That's how I got the 20,000. Now, you got to use your credit cards in a strategic way. You can't just use your card. You can't just get any credit card. We use the Amex Platinum. We got the Amex Gold. You're going to say, but they're the same card. They're the same family. Yes, they are the same family. But the Amex Platinum, we use the Amex Platinum so you can have access to lounges. That makes a big difference. The lounges going to make your life different, especially if you got a 14-hour flight on economy. Be relaxed for 3 hours, okay? So when we use our Amex Platinum, you get 5 points on flights when you book either on the Amex Travel portal or you book directly with the airline's website. Also, you get 5 points on prepaid hotels on the Amex Travel portal. And after that, you get 1 point for everything else. So you go say, okay, you got that Amex Platinum. Why you got the Amex Gold? The reason why we're using the Amex Gold is because it's it's a multiplier. The Amex Gold, when we go to everybody, you all gotta eat, you all have to go shopping. So when you go to a restaurant or you go to like a supermarket, not Target, not Walmart, but when you go to a supermarket, you're gonna get 4 points for every dollar spent. You're gonna get 4 points for every dollar spent at restaurants. And also, if you book directly with airlines, you're gonna get 3 points. So that's why we don't even bother to use that for buying our flights, because we got the Amex Platinum. By having the Amex Platinum, I'm getting 2 more points, a total of 5 points. You get 2 points on prepaid hotel. As I said, the Platinum card, you get 5 points. After that, everything else is going to be 1 point. Another card we use is the Delta, the Amex Delta Sky Miles. And the main reason we use that card is because every year, Carlene and I get to have her fly with me for free. So say, for example, we know we're going to leave to go to Asia from LAX coming back. We'll have that flight booked on that. Also, with the Amex Delta Sky Miles Platinum, you get $150 credit every year when you use the Delta Stay. So it's a section in the Delta website where you can book hotels. So $150 might be nothing in the United States, but that's almost 3 nights in many countries in Southeast Asia. But this time we're gonna use it from LAX. So we used that. It was like $189 for a hotel at LAX at the Loft Marriott. It was $189. Came out to $39. That was it. So and after that, for the restaurants, you get 2 points worldwide with that. Now, my Sky Miles, they're not worth my Delta Sky Miles points to us are not worth a lot in the United States. But when you go to Asia, it's worth a lot because, for example, we paid 75,000 points to go to Japan. Now, if we were trying to use the Delta is asking over 100,000, maybe 150, 200,000 points. But when you fly from Japan or South Korea, for example, to Bali, business class is 40,000. From Japan to Singapore, business class is 40,000. So we saved those points to use in Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. You have anything you want to add to that?
No, not at all.
And that's pretty much it.
You covered everything.
Leave a comment. Is there anything we missed? Any ideas from your experience?
Watch the next video down below if you like this.
Is it down? Is it this way? Which way is it? Well, it's somewhere. Just click on it and like and subscribe. If there's any feedback, any good feedback or anything from your experience, we would highly welcome it. Is there any constructive criticism you have for us?
Leave us any comments down below.
Yeah.
Loves, likes, tell us what you want us to talk about. We'd love to hear from you. And yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and comment below. And let us know what you want to hear from us. Until next time,
Bye.
happy travels. Bye.